What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Game Channel. My name's AJ Kells. How y'all doing? It is time for episode 4 of Night City Wire. Yes, I know I am late with this from when I said on Twitter I was going to do it. Just kind of happens again. You know, my real life schedule sometimes has to take priority over, this, my recording schedule, even if it's just to get sleep. Happens. Sorry about that. Nothing I can really do about it. Either way, we're going to be taking a look at Night City Wire episode 4. Sadly, I don't think they're doing what I wish they were going to do, which was honestly just sit down, have a dev walk us through a 30-40 minute chunk. I really wanted to see that. Walk us through a side mission. Walk us through just something. But apparently this is going to be about vehicle and clothing customization that there is in the game. I think we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, but it is what it is. We get a background into some trailer with Keanu Reeves, because apparently he was working with a motorcycle company. They're producing like an actual motorcycle for Cyberpunk. There's also I think there's Stadia details and a cosplay thing that I'm probably going to skip, because, I really don't care. But either way, let's take a look at this.
You don't believe in no fate.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the quality. I saw like a few seconds of this. I should be playing in HD. Oh, there we go.
Welcome to Night City Wire Episode 4, the show from us at CD Projekt Red, where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. We're going to start today's episode by giving you a look at just some of the vehicles you might procure during your time in Night City, and having a chat to senior vehicle artist Paul, who's going to give us a little bit more information before we take you behind the scenes and a look at the lengths the teams have gone to bring vehicles to life. We're also going to have news on an exciting collaboration. Then we're going to be talking about fashion and styles in Night City, before we recap the incredibly talented finalists in our Cyberpunk cosplay contest. We'll then wrap up today's episode with some news about Stadia. There is a lot to talk about, so let's get started.
In a huge open world like Night City, you need a chill ride to get around fast. And in Cyberpunk 2077, there are tons of cool vehicles to choose from.
Get this. 4-liter engine, 6-cylinder, goes from 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds. You fucking believe that?
Yeah, I really like the first-person driving / motorcycles.
We've crafted every
we've seen
car and
bits and
motorbike
pieces
with
of it. It looks
amazing
cool.
Attention to detail. On the chassis, the body, not to mention the interiors. You can expect every one not only to look unique, but to deliver a unique driving experience.
Personally, I'd prefer
Alright,
third-person driving to see my ride, but that's just me.
Don't expect advanced tech or luxurious materials here. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's not the size that counts, I guess.
This class is mostly utility vehicles and low-end clunkers made for every pocket.
Hold on. It's a wreck.
My damn wreck.
Well, definitely no guy or girl magnet.
If you need to impress, look to this class alone.
I'm putting my ride on the line. Either you match it in cash, or you can forget about the fight.
With these wheels, no expense has been spared, no frill ignored. Their plush interiors decked out in all the latest tech, while you get to sit back and enjoy the ride. Masterful engineering and practical design. Trucks and tanks for when you need power and brute force.
Hell of a machine.
Meet Beast, my pride and joy.
And these monsters are literally unstoppable. These are for chooms who love the smell of exhaust and the roar of street wildlife. Their powerful engines and exchangeable parts make them perfect for tuning.
Come on! I want to smell that choo-choo burn!
Whether it's street racing, running from the NCPD, or just showing off in the streets, with these high-powered beasts, you will have only respect.
Oh yeah, like that!
If you need speed and armor, the Hypercar class is for you. It means precise bodywork, built-in LiDAR arrays, and really expensive materials.
Imagine you're sitting on a pile of eddies. Probably less than 1,000 people in the world can afford the Erendite.
Not your typical urban vehicle.
They will take you places you never dreamed you'd go. Oh, and original vehicles are not all you'll find in 2077. We also found room on our roster for some true automotive icons.
Floor it, V.
Paul, thank you so much for joining us. I think it's fair to say we've come a really long way from Roach in The Witcher, so there's a lot to talk about.
Yep, there's a lot to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
Well, let's start with the various classes of different cars, because in the video we saw there were things like economy and luxury vehicles. But can you tell us a bit more about their kind of design philosophy? What does each kind of class offer when people are driving them around Night City?
Absolutely. Depending on the variation of the car that you're either buying or stealing, depending on your flavor, you'll notice that they don't just look different, but they'll also drive different and feel different. If you're buying or stealing a nice fancy looking sports color version of a car, you'll notice that it drives, faster, sounds a little bit more punchy and sportsy than, for example, a junkier version of that same car. It can have solar panels tied to the roof or some other pipes that are hot wiring some other, cyberpunk components in your car. And if it looks cheap, it probably drives cheap too.
So it seems that not only do the cars look good on the outside.
See, that's an interesting idea that I can't really. I don't think we've ever really done a lot of, or we've not really done a lot with in games up to this point. Because usually, when you see one kind of car, I mean, other than just color variations, it's really just every car across the world is pretty much of that same make, model, and whatnot, is usually pretty much the same. That's kind of interesting how he said it's not just, sports cars do this, economy do this, like they fit in those classes. But it seems that if you buy a car of a particular class, depending on how, just a visual, how it looks visually, it's like you said, if it looks cheap, it drives cheap. So that's interesting. Like I said, I don't think a lot of games have kind of done that, where it's you'll see two cars of the same make, model, but they handle completely differently depending on their care, upkeep, and whatnot. I'm really curious to hear if there's like vehicle modding and whatnot, kind of like with weapons. Like, can we modify vehicles? Like our own personal vehicles, can we bring them to like chop shops or whatever and have upgrade the engines and whatnot?
But there's an awful lot of detail on the inside.
Or do it ourselves if we have a
like
high
the
mechanic
dashboard.
score.
Can you tell us more about that? Because I know if you find a Quadra Type 66 in the city, it's going to look totally different from the Quadra Type 66 that the gangs are driving out in the Badlands, both outside and inside.
Yep, definitely. If you're about to steal a very nice high-end car, for example, when you get in, you'll see the dashboard light up nicely. You'll see your dial indicators revving a little bit. But that may not exist for a junk version at all. It may have the dashboard ripped out completely. No matter what your flavor is, you'll find something that suits your needs.
So what about racing then? Will there be racing? Because I know people have been asking.
Yes, we're absolutely going to have several races in the game. Different locations, if you know you're going to be driving in the Badlands. Maybe bring a Nomad car, because it's just built to driving in the Badlands. But if you know you're going to be racing in Night City, just bring the hottest wheels you've got, because you're going to need all the power you can get. No matter where you're racing though, you need to bring a gun, because this is Night City and you never know what's going to happen.
Okay, so you talk about bringing cars then. Let's talk about like storing and calling cars, because we know people can steal them. But what if somebody's found a car and they absolutely love this particular one? Is there a way for players to kind of build that collection? And then how do they actually, summon them?
Well, summoning cars works pretty much the same as you would summon Roach in The Witcher 3. Your transportation may or may not show up on a roof somewhere, but you know, we're still working on fixing some bugs here and there. But yeah, if there's a car that you really, really like very much, if you can't wait to own a Quadra or a Type 66, you'll get a message from your fixer and says, hey, I've got a Quadra for sale for you, do you want to buy it? All you have to do is drive over, pay the money, and you've got your very own Quadra. Not to mention that every single vehicle that you buy, every single player vehicle, is absolutely unique in every way. It's got a unique interior, unique exterior, paint job. You know, it'll sound different, but it'll also handle different.
So in the video, we did mention there was space for a true automotive icon. Do you want to reveal what that actually is?
Of course. The car in question here is Johnny Silverhand's car. And Johnny Silverhand is, well, he's a big rocker boy and he needs some wheels to match. So we gave him a 911 Porsche from 1977, which means in 2077, Johnny's car is going to be exactly 100 years old.
Well, Paul, thank you so much for your time today.
Gorgeous.
Personally, I think I'm going to try and balance being a super cool badass mercenary and driving a Mai, because I love that little car. I think I could do it, right? I could be cool and in a Mai.
Definitely. Mai is absolutely cool as long as you stay on the road and not on the sidewalk.
They show us him driving on the sidewalk.
In past episodes,
Fantastic.
we said that music plays a huge part in bringing Night City to life, but it's not just music. Our teams went to incredible lengths to recreate and capture the sounds that really bring these vehicles to life. I mean, they might have had some fun driving them, but I'm pretty sure that's just a perk of the job.
We started with the visuals and then we wanted to attach a proper sound to the visuals so that you have like a nice feeling or a nice vibe of the complete car. And then we moved on to organizing the whole thing. Early on, we made the decision that we are going to record on the racetracks and then we are going to record cars in movement. We started cooperation with Tomek Chokip, who is like very, very well-known racing driver in Poland. That's really a nice sensation when you're driving with a racing driver and then he pushes the car to the limits. Like you can feel the G's with the braking and tight cornering, and you can feel the car actually like bending the laws of physics. We wanted to record a broad spectrum of cars, so we started with the powerful muscle cars and then we went to more screamy tuned V6s, inline 6s, and then we went to V10s. We wanted to grab the off-road cars. We of course grabbed some drift cars just to have the more aggressive character in the cars. We had to
I love the shots of the
make the placing of the mics process very, very fast because we had plenty of cars to do in a short time span.
Sorry, I love the shots of all the sound guys sitting in the cars going, holy shit.
What they've done is allowed us to put the microphones into places that we wouldn't be able to access differently. Putting a mic right into the car, they helped us to locate the places that are best.
Usually place 3 microphones in the engine bay, 3 microphones in the exhaust and 2 microphones in the car. Cars are very, very complex in terms of sound and it's very difficult to get all the necessary components that you have to make it sound believable.
But we were trying to look for something that would give us the character of the engine.
We wanted to use normal organic electric engine that you could actually have in the nowadays car.
We didn't want the engines to be futuristic sci-fi-ish sounding. We want them much more organic, much more down to earth, something that would represent the combustion engine. And on top of that, we added small elements like the futuristic horns or like a futuristic UI of a car. It makes you feel like you are in a car of the future, and some car might talk to you, other car might have blips and bobs that will make you feel like you're in a futuristic vehicle.
You know, Excuse me. This is something that I really like about CD Projekt Red. I've said this in the past. It's their attention to detail. Again, you saw it in that, I think it was the last weekly show where we talked about that Night City advertising. That was really cool. Just the level of detail and just the way they're showing us what's in their game. In this, it just the level of detail that they've gone into to recording something as simple as car and sound design. I say it's simple. I mean, it's a very complex issue, but they go into a level that I think a lot of companies wouldn't bother with the way that they're handling this. Is similar to where they had that band playing Johnny Silverman, Johnny Silverman's. Am I saying that name right? I don't know. Either way, this band that they're having to play Samurai. It's a level of detail that I don't think a lot of companies would go to, and I have to give mad respect to to CD Projekt Red for that. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. It's I can't remember. It was mostly saying I respect their level of detail.
We wanted to be very, very close to what Mike set up in the lore, and early on we decided to record Johnny's original car, which is Porsche 911 930 from 1977.
We recorded on dyno in control environment in a chamber. We could put Mike in very different places. Porsche 930 that we recorded is the only car really that will be really sounding like the real car in the real world.
We recorded more than 40 vehicles.
Ordered the
Not often do we record
windows.
so many vehicles for a game that is not really a racing game.
Truth being told, this was the hardest part in my sound career, and I'm very, very proud of what we achieved with the sound team. This was something that we didn't do before, so creating the designs, creating the technology behind how the sound behaves, that's the best thing actually I ever did in my sound career.
God damn it. CD Projekt Red, they are on a whole other level from everyone else. I mean, they're nuts. I have mad respect to them, but god damn, they're nuts.
There has been a lot of talk about cars so far, so let's take a look at another collaboration. This time with Johnny Silverhand.
Johnny Silverhand. I don't know why I said Maine.
The smell. The travel.
Yeah.
Journey. Freedom.
No, it's not like deeper.
Deep.
I'm Gard Hollinger.
I'm Keanu Reeves.
And we're here as representatives of Arch Motorcycle, and we're doing some audio recording for Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, okay, so Keanu actually is a co-founder of this company. I did not know that.
Arch Motorcycle is a custom production motorcycle company. What's unique
I like
about
how he
it is
sounds
that
confused about that.
the motorcycles are built on a production platform, but each one is designed to be able to be personalized for each customer.
When CD Projekt Red approached me about doing Cyberpunk 2077, they also spoke about integrating. They were fans of or I guess people who worked at the company were fans of Arch Motorcycle, and so they broached the idea of creating kind of specialized Cyberpunk 2077 version of the Arch Motorcycle. And I thought that was a very fine idea.
We have a motorcycle we've designed and we've been developing called the Method 143, and so that I think in particular was a creative inspiration for the designer, so they sort of used that as a basis and then went further. So it has a totally different, crazy looking power plant.
We did a little customization.
It's good, I like it.
Today we're capturing sounds, getting some actual sounds of a power plant, drivetrain, and characteristics of the motorcycle, which I'm sure they will, have play with and stuff, but the source will be pure.
It has a sort of a racing engine in it compared to our production motorcycles. It has a dual exhaust system, and it sounds pretty...
Sounds good.
I could definitely blindfolded tell that that's the Method 143-ish sounding motorcycle, yeah.
So I like how they also keep the Arch logo on the motorcycle as well. I'm talking in-game.
Nature of the role-playing aspect of the game, I think it'll be cool, to be on a bike and hearing that going through the city streets and getting into the madness and mayhem.
Am I the only one who feels like Keanu is kind of uncomfortable or just, I don't know, he seemed off in that interview.
Episodes of Night City Wire. If you're tuning in late or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channels soon. Now it's time to talk about styles in Night City. Are you more kitsch or neo-militarism?
I don't know what that first one means. But actually I kind of like V's just regular look. I would love that jacket that we always see him wearing.
Welcome to the brief authoritative history of Night City. This chapter is devoted to so-called styles, deeply linked with the history of the world, and a very important aspect of life.
Show me more of the character customization. I'd like to see that.
In cars, clothes, guns, implants. They are your war paint. As one of our sponsors says, it matters not if you're dead, as long as you're doing it in style.
Oh, dope.
This girl, swoosh, swoosh, slicing them up like sashimi.
4 visual styles are evident in the Night City of 2077, each with its own history, status, and features. Neon hair, illuminated tattoos, and chrome. Function comes second. Looks are what matter.
Stanley here with you, and we got another day ahead of us in this city of
Probably not my style. I'm not big into
the war broke out,
all the
was born.
wacky colors and whatnot.
Deep crises forced people to find ways to survive by any means. Getting the job done, no matter how, was the primary goal. The look? Who cares?
I love this town. Love it like you might love a mother who popped you out on the steps of an orphanage once and now stops you to ask if you got a smoke for her.
Fuck them. Fuck this job.
I love that.
This city.
Yeah, I'd probably...
Deadly elegance without ostentation. Corporate, militaristic fashion, mostly seen in the wealthier parts of town.
Yeah, I'd either go this or...
That's the motto.
Yeah, this or the last one. I think that's more my style. If you know me, I'm always partial to the dark color. Yeah, like that suit that guy's wearing. Yeah, I'm very partial to the dark color schemes.
Celebrities, braindance stars, business magnates, heirs to corporate fortunes and corporate executives. They abandoned the cold, deadly elegance of neo-militarism and returned to the roots of kitsch, but gave it a fresh, new look.
Oh shit, these hands. Sometimes it seems like I just brushed something and sparks fly.
So it almost seems like it's a fusion between neo-militarism and kitsch, if I'm pronouncing both of those correctly.
We wish you a very pleasant stay in our marvelous metropolis. Good luck, and goodbye.
NC's Legends! Know where you'll find most of them? The graveyard! Luckily, matters not where you're from, matters not where you start. What matters here is the walk you walk.
See, I mean, I really dig that suit.
Just before this episode started, you might have tuned in early and seen our Cyberpunk cosplay contest finale. But just in case you've missed it, we've prepared a little summary for you featuring our very talented finalists.
Yeah, I'm skipping this. I really don't care. Then on Stadia, let's head to the outro.
Night City Wire is almost over, but if you do want just a little bit more, then stay tuned right here on the Twitch channel and join us for our post show. As always, don't forget that if you've missed anything or if you just want to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channels shortly, and we'll be back with Night City Wire episode 5 soon.
Really? They're doing another one?
One more thing we're going to show you. Welcome to the diner.
I thought this would be the last Night City Wire.
So what do you want? Supercar? Big house? You want to rule this city? Well, you ain't getting anywhere without an upgrade. You need a softer touch, stronger spine, because taking over Night City ain't gonna be easy.
I still really hope that we can see like Ripperdoc surgeries in first person.
Cyberpunk 2077, available November 19th.
Also, that was I like the trailer. I think I've seen that one. It's a neat trailer. We done? All right. Well, there you go, guys. Night City Wire episode 4. A little late on the substance, in my opinion. Like I said, I think they're scraping the bottom of the barrel without just showing us gameplay, which is what I kind of hope episode 5 is. But all in all, still enjoyable. I still love seeing the level of detail that they're going into this, that they're putting into this game. I think it just screams CD Projekt Red. I think they really care about their games. As far as the big developers go, I think they put the attention to detail and the love and passion that I think a lot of that you see from a lot of smaller companies into big budget projects. And I'm not saying companies like Ubisoft or hell, even EA, I know, even though everyone looks at EA like the devil. I understand that a lot of people see those companies and then just go, oh, there's just no care or anything like that. I think the individuals put a lot of care, but I don't think we see it from the higher ups directing everything. I think they're just looking for the payouts and the, getting the most cookie cutter thing out onto the market as they can. CD Projekt Red really beats their own drum. It's like I said, I think from the higher ups down to the person doing the simplest jobs in their office really seems to care about the quality of their project, really seems to care about the detail they put in their games. Again, that's just the vibe I get from Night City Wire, from what they're doing with those cars, from what they've done with the Witcher franchise. It's just, I'm super excited for all these reasons. And I can't wait to keep going. But we're still about a little over a month away from Cyberpunk 2077. I'm stoked. Hope you guys are stoked. And I'll see you next time. Till then, my name's AJ Gels. Some of my gaming channel. Social media's in the description. Like, comment, not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned more next time. Till then, I'm out.